Hey guys, thanks so much for coming back to my channel. So this is a subscriber request. We are going to be looking at how Drake feels about Rihanna and what their relationship looks like now and going forwards. So we are gonna go ahead and jump right in. I did tell you guys I was gonna get some different tarot cards to use on the channel. I finally got my hands on the Nightmare Before Christmas deck, so it is absolutely amazing. I love the Nightmare Before Christmas movie, so we're gonna be breaking this deck in, looking at Drake and Rihanna. So Spirit, please tell us anything you can in regards to the relationship between Drake and Rihanna. How does he feel about her first? And then we will ask how she feels about him after. Thank you, Spirit, for joining us as we take a look at this relationship. Thank you for answering all questions we ask with the purpose of clarity, knowledge, and understanding, and no bad intentions. Thank you, Spirit. We appreciate you. Please bless all who we ask about in this reading and all who participate. We love you, Spirit, and we thank you for joining us. And for those who are new here, I am Psychic Bella Love from psychicbellalove.com. You can book your own personal and private reading with me through my site and use coupon code BELLA20 for 20% off. All the information will be linked in the description box below, as well as the November email reading specials. This deck was sold out when it first came out, so I had to wait. Like, I had like my name on the list everywhere to like let me know when it came back in stock, and Amazon was the first one that had it, so try not to shop on there, but nobody still had this deck, and I've just been so I broke down, and there was a couple other things I needed from Amazon too, so but I really do try not to give them any of my business. So okay, you know, when it comes to Rihanna and how Drake feels about her, he comes up as this Emperor followed by this Ace of Candles. So it's definitely like he feels like he has tried very hard to woo her and to kind of, you know, like win her over, whatever. And the thing is that, you know, with this Page of Presents, this 8 of Needles, and then the 6 of Presents, it's like he feels like he'll manage to get her attention, and then he always messes it up, and then he's always trying to like recover from that. It's like, I just don't know what's wrong with me, why I always do something that ends up screwing things up between us. And to be honest with you guys, I mean, energetically, to me, that feels like Drake may had some insecurities and didn't really feel like he actually really deserved her, so it was like some sort of self-sabotage, like, let me just ruin everything before you realize that, you know, I actually wasn't worthy of you and your attention. So the thing is, with the two of them, they do have this really great energy together when they are in a good place with this Queen of Candles and King of Candles energy. But it's more about the passion, the sex, that kind of stuff. And it's like, when it actually comes down to it, like them actually relating to one another, having that like really great foundation and everything, their energies are so mismatched that they actually do end up fighting quite a lot with this 8 of Needles, 7 of Potions, and 6 of Needles energy. It's like, we're always like pushing each other's buttons and setting each other off and getting in arguments, and there can be a lot of pettiness between them. But see, with this Eight of Potions, this King of Presents, the Three of Needles, and then the Empress, it's like both of them always end up like going off with somebody else. It's like either, you know, he thinks that they're in a great place, and then all of a sudden he sees her on the news with Hassan, and it's like, wait, I thought we were getting back together. Or she feels like they're in a good place, and all of a sudden, you know, Drake has a baby, and it's like, wait, so they're always like, they, even when they're 100% like in a good place with each other, they both always still have somebody else in the wings. Neither one of them is ever single completely and just completely focused on each other. They always got the hose, right? So with the Four of Candles, the Two of Needles, and then this Strength card, I feel like Drake has finally accepted, like, it's just time to move on, because I'm not gonna get, like, we're not gonna get anywhere in that way. Like, what we had was great, it's great memories, but it's time for us to both move on in other directions. And it's like with that Strength energy of him having to accept that and having to do that and having to have had that eye-opening moment to realize that, you know, like, it's just, maybe we're just not meant to be the way that everything keeps working out, that there's always somebody else or something else in the way. So, Spirit, please tell me what Rihanna's energy and feelings towards Drake are. How does Rihanna feel about Drake? How does she see their connection in this moment? Thank you, Spirit, for answering, so that we have the big picture of how both feel before we ask how the relationship is and will be. Make sure you guys are liking, subscribing, sharing. We do have a giveaway going on right now for 300 subscribers, and we will have one again at 500. This morning when I checked, we were at 375 subscribers. So if, you know, we keep going, it's not going to be too long after we announce the winner of the 300 subscriber giveaway that we're going to be able to do another one. And, you know, just like this giveaway, the next one will also include a free reading as well as a product from a Black-owned business that I will be purchasing and gifting to the winner of the next giveaway, just like we are doing at this current one. And there is a video live on the channel to go hop over and enter. So, and it says 300 subscriber giveaway. So, with Rihanna's like energy, you know, she's actually feeling like with this Hangman and the Seven of Candles, the Nine of Needles, and the Four of Potions, that she, like, it's like there was always something that was holding her back from being able to 100% let her guard down and truly be in a relationship with him. Like, she always felt like something's gonna happen, something's gonna come out, and I just need to, like, wait and see, because there's always something. Like, there's always, I always, you know, start to get excited about us and start to think about dropping the hose. And then here it comes out that you have a baby, you know, or some girl's coming out and saying that she was pregnant by you or whatever, you know. And these spirits also talking about, these are things that at times, like, we didn't even hear about. But she would find out, like, oh, you messed with that girl, like, with that party that I was at earlier that day. So she kind of feels like, okay, I get it. Like, we can both be, you know, sexual and free and this and that. But if you're trying to deal with me, that's, you know, a completely different situation. And we can't be like that, all right? So with the Queen of Presents, this Sun card, and this Eight of Potions, again, it's like every time that I start opening up to you, something comes out of the woodwork, and then I end up having to reconsider, you know, and it's just like, yeah, because it's like the Hierophant here with this 8 of Needles and 8 of Potions, and then, or 7 of Needles and 7 of Potions. Oh my God, do we have dyslexia today? What is going on with you, Bella? And the 7 of Presents. It's all about, like, every time that I start to move forward with you, things come out and I have to choose to walk away all over again. Here you come at me with this Knight of Candles energy trying to win me back. But, you know, it's just 3 of Needles. There's always ends up being somebody else in the way. And so with this Empress card and this 10 of Candles, it's that she also feels like she had to make that decision to just see things as they were. And it's like, maybe it wasn't meant to be, and maybe we just aren't supposed to end up together, and that's why things never seem to end up to work out. So it's time for me to move on and go create happiness for myself in a different way, in a different direction with other people. So Spirit, please tell me, what is the current relationship between Drake and Rihanna, and what can we expect from the future of their relationships? And if you guys watched the other readings that I dropped last night about Drake and Rihanna, and I'm going to post this immediately, they both are very focused on other people in their life right now. You know, I did see that Rihanna was really focused on what is going to happen between her and A$AP Rocky going forwards. Drake has somebody else that we don't know about yet, haven't seen yet, that he's trying to build something with. And so it's like, you know, both of them, I feel like that matches that energy that we just got of them both feeling like we both have to just move on with our lives. Like, we're not going to ever work out in that sense, and that's okay. 6, 7, 8. But you guys also, like, what Spirit is saying is neither one of them was really in, like, an I can truly 100% be serious with you state, like, when ever the two of them did connect in the past. So that's why neither one of them was willing to completely cut other people and other options out of their life, because it's like, if you really are serious and in a place where you're ready to have a committed relationship with somebody, and you feel like, as Drake always, you know, called Rihanna the love of his life and his dream girl and everything, and you were ready for that dream girl, there wouldn't have been the Sophie baby mama, you know, like, you would have buckled down, cut everybody out, did whatever it took to show that person, like, look, I've put the games and the hoes and all that stuff behind me, and I really want to move on, you know, with only you. So, well, you guys, we will get some music from them coming up. With this Magician and this Page of Potions, it's talking about creating something together. So they will end up doing some music together. I don't know if it's necessarily going to be on Drake's next album or Rihanna's next album, but Spirit's talking about at some point towards, it's going to be like towards like the middle to the end of 2021, we'll get some song with them. It might be like one of those things where, you know, DJ Khaled puts a bunch of people on a song and Rihanna and Drake are both on that same song. But, and that's why I'm saying I can't, because his album comes out in January. So if we're not getting it till later, then it would either have to be on hers or somebody else's. Unless Drake just decides to surprise all of us and drop another album. But with this Queen of Candles, this 5 of Needles, and the 6 of Needles, Rihanna is trying to, like, she's open to and trying to work on letting him back into her life in more of a friendship way. Like, they are okay on an acquaintance level right now, and they can have little jokes here and there, but she's not super duper duper like, yeah, we're the best of friends or anything like that with him. And it's just because she still has that edge to her of, I don't even know if this fool's gonna me over as even being my friend because you've done it so many times in the past. Like, and she really feels like you get on a stage and tell people I'm the love of your life, or you're in, you know, this video with LeBron talking about like, oh, like if you would have had your baby with me, but yet there's so much stuff that you've done to me that was shady, that was backstabbing, that was so contrary to the things that you say, that I really feel like she side-eyes him sometimes. Like, because see, here we have this hangman, which is representing that energy of her hanging back and just like, you're on the outskirts of my life, but you're not totally in it, because to her it's like you get the King of Presents and the King of Needles with him. Jekyll and Hyde energy, you know, and she doesn't like that about him. Keep in mind, Drake is a Scorpio. Scorpios can really be very like biting and petty and hurtful towards people when there's a resentment or they hold a grudge or something. So there may have been times where maybe Drake purposely did stuff to her thinking that she had done it to him, you know, because like I said before, there was a lot of tit for tat, petty, biting energy between the two of them at times when they would have their bad moments. And so with this Fool card and this Eight of Candles and the Hierophant, it really is about Rihanna just being very held back from him and trying to not get too caught up for him to have another chance to hurt her, or like for them to end up in another like bad place again. And that's what Spirit's talking about too. Like, it's like to her, it's like, I'd rather just be like your cool ass acquaintance and we can keep that energy neutral and peaceful between us, rather than to try to be all like, let's be the best of friends, and then get in another horrible fight and end up hating each other all over again. And then there's no coming back from that. There's a lot of like, you guys, though, there is going to be a lot of back and forth with the two of them as far as, you know, them getting along. Because I still feel like it's like that energy where there's not this full-on fight and there's not this full-on beef, but it's like at times, depending on the mood, you know, like he might make a joke to her on Instagram or something and she's like, oh, ha, 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 playing along. Then the next time he tries to do it and she, you know, snaps back at him or something. Because it does feel a lot of her being guarded and snapping at him rather than the other way around. But it is in response to the way that he's like made that energy be between them because of past actions from her end of things, okay? But with this Chariot and this Nine of Presents, Drake is trying very hard to be friendly with her again. But see, the thing is, with the Page of Candles, the Knight of Needles, and the Ten of Needles, you guys, I feel like they're going to end up in another fight. So let's see. Let me just ask one more time what the future is, because this feels like a lot of like current back and forth. I mean, I know some of it is futuristic, but I just want to see like if they'll ever be like 100% in a good place. So please tell me if Drake and Rihanna will ever 100% be like in a good place with each other going forwards, where they can actually maintain a friendship and not have this sort of back and forth, shady, petty, okay, we're good, okay, we're not kind of energy, but to maintain a consistent friendship. You guys, they're gonna do this forever. They really will. It's like, oh my gosh. I mean, it's like the 5 of potions and the 4 of potions. We're fighting. You know, then here's the death card. So that's over. We're now with the 10 of candles and the Queen of candles, we're making up. Here's the 10 of potions. Like, we, you know, came together and we're creating something together. And then here's the Queen of needles, Page of needles, King of needles. Oh, we're in a fight again. Like, and it's literally just like judgment. And then we're fighting. Oh my gosh, you guys. They just, I mean, and she's a Pisces and he's a Scorpio. And sometimes those you know, because even though they're both water signs, they do have such completely like different energy as water goes, you know? And it's like, I can see where that would be. Spirit, please tell me, how does Drake feel about Rihanna's relationship with A$AP Rocky? How does Drake feel about Rihanna's relationship with A$AP Rocky? Okay, well, first of all, for whatever reason, he feels like this is like some sort of like manipulative energy to get back at him. Like, you picked this guy to get back at me. And there's something about with this 2 of needles and this strength and the 7 of potions. Drake thought that him and Rihanna were like actually gonna be, because I feel like there was some communicating going on like between the 2 of them that, you know, the rest of us were unaware of. And he actually thought that that meant that they were going to be able to work something out. And then all of a sudden, here she's out and about with A$AP Rocky. And so he's like, wait, like, were you choosing between us and that's who you picked? And he feels like you might have led me on purpose to get me back. That's what he is looking at this energy with. And because we have this moon and this 5 of candles, it's like he feels like it was done like in a shady way. The timing of them coming out, the way that everything was going on, like he feels like it's shady and it was like towards him. But see, here with like the Empress, the 3 of potions, the 8 of presents, and the Lovers, Rihanna feels like her connection with A$AP is just something that like happened. And it's like, she doesn't think that she was leading Drake on. Like, she feels like, I was trying to get back on the same page and be cool with you again. But I was never trying to go be romantic with you because my energy was over in this other direction, trying to see where I was going with this other man. You know, trying to work things out, and you took shit the wrong way. So he doesn't really think that they're gonna work out either. Like, for some reason, he thinks, okay, with this 5 of potions and this Queen of needles, he feels like there's no way in hell that Rihanna can like it's like, I've seen the energy that you threw my way in us dating each other. So I know there's no way that your relationship with him's gonna last if that's how you treat people. Like, that's how he feels. He feels like she's going to, you know, ruin this relationship between her and A$AP with this Hermit card, this 9 of needles, and this Knight of needles. Like, he feels like A$AP's gonna bite back at you at some point, and then that's gonna be the end of it. Like, y'all, everything might be good right now, but eventually this is all gonna just fall apart. But with this Queen of Potions and this 9 of Presents, Rihanna is very focused on trying to see where things are going with ASAP and see, like, can we build a future together? Like, is this going to be something? And she's very happy in that situation. So to her, it's like, me dating this guy had nothing to do with you, Drake. Like, not at all. And he's sitting there like, you're just trying to get back at me. And I know how you are. And you're going to mistreat him too. So, all right. Spirit, please tell us, how does Rihanna feel about the situation with Drake and the baby mama and all of that? And then this will be our last question and we'll wrap it up. And yes, I do have a reading that I'm going to record right after this about Drake and Nicki's relationship. Please tell me, how does Rihanna feel about Drake and his baby mama and everything. Sorry, new cards sometimes want to stick together, you know, so sometimes it gets a little hard to shuffle a new deck. Gotta break them in. Okay, so first of all, with this Temperance card and this Ace of Presents, like, she felt like something was going on because Spirit's talking about, like, her and Drake were actually in the process of trying to work, you know, on their connection with the Six of Presents, but he was being, like, shady about something, and she felt in her heart and intuitively, there is something that you're hiding. And of course, now we know, you know, that comes out that it's the baby mama with this Empress card. It really did hurt her feelings. With the Six of Needles and this Three of Potions, like, she really felt like, wow, like, this is what you did. And it's like something too, because she knew about this far before the rest of us did, but there is something here about, she really felt like she asked him, you know, when she started hearing things, she asked him and he didn't tell her the truth. He didn't even say anything like, oh, you know, like, we have to get a test or any of that kind of stuff. He literally was just like, I never, like, ever, like, messed with that lady. I don't know what you're talking about. That's a lie. Because with this King of Needles energy and this Judgment in reverse, it's like he was hiding what was really going on. So with this Death card, you know, of course, like, Rihanna felt like she had to end things. And with the World card behind it, like, she made up her mind that things were done for good. Like, she wasn't ever gonna, like, revisit this. I'll be your friend maybe someday in the future, but I will never date you again. Because she just feels like that was the ultimate betrayal to her. You know, with this 10 of Candles and the Ace of Candles, like, she does feel, and the Page of Presents, like, she does feel like, you know, you got a blessing out of it, because we all know Rihanna loves babies and she loves kids and everything. And, you know, she can separate that this is just some little kid who didn't deserve any of this stuff. But with the Eight of Needles and this the Five of Presents and the Eight of Candles, of course she feels like, you know, you were out here being reckless all the time. And it's something about, like, she even warned him at one point, like, don't be one of these guys that gets caught up in all this stuff. And he just laughed at her and thought that she was just playing the jealous girl, you know, by saying that. But to her, she really was like, yo, I've seen this. Don't be that guy. And he ended up being that guy. So, you know, it's just, I feel like with Rihanna, she almost felt vindicated. Like, I knew this was going on. I knew stuff was happening. So at least I feel vindicated in knowing that I could say I was right. but it was a betrayal to her. It did hurt her, and that was sort of the end of her ever giving him any more opportunities romantically. So, you guys, I really don't see her and him ever rekindling a romance. They'll be friends, then they won't be friends, and they'll be friends, and they won't be friends, but she's very determined to just move on with their life. They've both given up on the idea of things ever being able to work out between them. They both just feel like it wasn't really meant to be, so both of them are definitely going to just keep moving it forwards. Anything that we do get from them will be purely business or friendship, but nothing more than that. So I hope that helps, guys. I am going to go ahead and end it here so that way I can jump into the Nicki and Drake relationship. I'm going to upload this right now too. So if you guys wanted your own personal private reading with me, please check out all the information in the description box below. Make sure you guys are subscribed, like, comment. We will be doing another giveaway really soon. And I love you all so much. I'll see you again soon. Bye.